Alrighty, hello star seeds and welcome back to the frequency. So today is the last day of the Pill-Poppin series.
Reality, it is touching the truth.
So we've been talking about a lot of stuff and there's so many things to talk about, and so now I'm just wrapping this up because this is the end of the year and we're going into the new year, and I want to make sure that we are just all on the same page, tying everything together so that we can move on to the next season. And so today we're just going to be talking about all the other possibilities that could be a remedy for you. And it's funny because this has been coming up so much this week. Like, anything and everything can serve you. The quicker you realize that and understand that, the better off you're gonna be. The further ahead you're gonna be from the next person. I promise you. And I know what you're thinking. Rochelle, oh my God, everything can't be a remedy. Like, everything can't serve me. There are some things that are bad. That was your first mistake. Everything can serve you. Am I saying everything can serve you all the time? No. Am I saying that everything is for everyone exactly the way it is? No. I'm just saying everything can serve you. So the sooner you realize that everything needs to be neutral until used otherwise, until used good or bad, the quicker and the further ahead you're gonna be from the next person, and the better off you're gonna be in this life. Like, the concept of duality is so difficult for the average person to understand that it's literally the quickest way to manipulate someone. Like, so easy. If you can get someone on an extreme to be like, oh my God, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. And to the point where, one, you get extra points by, if you can get them to argue and debate about it, you get extra points. And two, if you can get them to deprive themselves of it, you get quadruple points, because not only is it detrimental to them on every level, even their health, you are controlling their mind and you're controlling the narrative. And so that is really like what society kind of formulates on all different types of topics, especially with social injustices, So if you can get somebody on the extreme, like, oh, this is bad, or oh, this is good, like, you know, even like religion, where people are like, oh, this is good, and then they're like rejecting everything else, and just like, you miss the point. You miss that everything can serve you. And that is the point that I'm making when I say that anything can be a remedy. The trick is finding the dose of the remedy that fits for you. And that is where I come in. And you can also do this yourself. Obviously, you use your discernment, your own judgment, your intuition, your logic to figure out what is best for you, of course. And if you find that you can't, of course, I'm always here for you. The trick with that is just finding the dose that matches you. So the quicker, honestly, like, the quicker that you get this concept, the better off we're all gonna be as a society, as a collective. Which brings me to my next point. I'm actually gonna be doing an energy update just because of everything that's been going on right now that I have been, you know, keeping you guys posted about. Especially if you've been staying connected with me on explicit content, you guys have already gotten a heads up about what's been going on. So if you guys wanna know more and you wanna like see what my thoughts are and what I expect is happening and going on, then make sure you guys subscribe to explicit content, because I'm going to be talking about that more, especially as the weeks go on, because it's really important. And it's another point with what I'm just saying right now. Like, the duality of life is just a difficult concept for people to understand. And the quicker you understand it and implement it into your life, the better off you're gonna be. So, anything can be a remedy. It's about figuring out what the dose is. And even like the crap food that's going on right now, like it's survival of the fittest. So it's like, you need to be able to adjust your inside world with the outside world. You know, we're all deciding this collective, and I know that hurts a lot of people's feelings, but yes, we all decided this as a collective. So that's how things are going. So whenever that happens, you need to be able to adjust to whatever is going on in society, and that includes food quality. When you start depriving yourself of the bad foods, knowing that that is where society is headed and that is where manipulation is headed, you are behind on the curve already. Behind on the curve already. I like to call it like just getting my little dose of bad food here and there. Because if I come across it on accident or something like that, the next thing you know, I'm having like this insane reaction, this insane problem with my health that does not need to happen. Like radiation, all these different things. Like when you deprive yourself of something, you're like, oh, I don't drink alcohol because of rah, rah, rah. And then you accidentally get alcohol in your system. And the next thing you know, you're all red and puffy and all kinds of stuff. And it's like, that didn't even need to happen. Like your body should be able to support you no matter what is going on outside of you. And in order to do that, you need to be testing your body. So anything can serve you, anything can be a remedy, because I promise you, when you're too far on the extreme, you have too little or you have too much, it's a problem. You feel me? Like, I don't know how many times I have to say this. I feel like I say it all the time and people still don't get it. And it's just like the easiest way, the best example is water. Like, water is a poison. Like, everything is a poison, if you really think about it, because that is the duality of life. It's not about what it is, it's about how much. So for example, if I were to drink 10 glasses of this water right now and chug it, I might just pass out. And if I were to drink no water at all for 3 days, I might also pass out. So it matters the amount that you're having. So anything can be a remedy, anything can be a poison. And the quicker you realize that, and on all levels, even societal things, the better off we're all gonna be as a collective. Seriously. Like, open your mind, because we all need it. And then, so that's just the point that I want to make. And so with that, I want to move into just other potential things that I might recommend as a remedy. And nutrition is obviously a really, really big one, because not everybody knows how to navigate that, especially with all of the different narratives that are put out there about nutrition, about food and all this kind of stuff. Like, I always say quality is best, and then, getting your little food cheat days with the bad foods here and there, because that's what society has decided, and you need to be able to keep up. That's what survival of the fittest is. You need to be able to change the quickest. Who can get with it? Who can get with it? Because if you can't, it'll be a detriment to your health. It'll be a detriment to you and cause more problems than you're solving. I also do Reiki, which I actually just started recently, and it's been going really well. I've noticed that I'm able to kind of move things around so that people have their confidence up to make a change, to actually take that first step to make a change in their life, because sometimes that's all you need. Like, your higher self is like, oh, I really don't like this, or this is really uncomfortable, or why is this happening, XYZ, and you don't understand why you're stuck, or why you can't move forward, or why you can't take a step. And sometimes I have to come in and be that person to be moving things around so that you can take that next step. And that's what's been happening lately, especially this month of February, where that's how it goes. Like, I just move things around, and the next thing I know, people are asking me more questions, more readings, more things about their health, because sometimes that's all it takes. What else? Like, more actual remedies, like topicals, like putting things on your hair, your skin, on your body. You never know, like, especially if you have rashes and stuff like that, like me. And suppositories, you know, like, you guys know what a suppository is? Like, suppositories are like medicine that you insert. So like your vagina, your anus, whatever it is. So suppositories help sometimes. What else? Other things, like, instead of just plants, like mushrooms and inoculations, which I'm actually starting to get into because people have been asking for that. Like, you know, inoculations are really, really good. If you can give somebody, it's kind of like micro medicine, like when we're talking about homeopathy and things like that. If you can give somebody a clean inoculation, like, that'll boost their immune system so fast that, you know, they are ahead of the game. And what else? I've had, like, so many pregnant women. Organ meats have come up so much, and I know that hurts a lot of feelings. And that goes right along with nutrition. But organ meats, like, you know, honestly, I feel like you have to be in a certain class these days to have access to organ meats. Like, that's how powerful they are, and people just, like, refuse to consume them. Like, it's just such a controversy. And then you get, like, the minerals, you get all these nutrients so fast, and believe me, I know, because I do it. Like, it's so fast, like night and day. You can see, like, a dramatic shift in your health when you eat organ meat. So I've had a lot of pregnant women where I'm just like, bro, like, your body's not, you're deficient in everything, and so is your baby. Like, you gotta have something. And I've had to say that. I've had to have those hard talks, and so you never know. Anything can be a remedy. What else? Oh yeah, and last but not least, of course, which brings me back to what I was saying, like, you know, I always speak about naturopathic medicine and things like that, and I get the feeling that sometimes people think that I don't care about the Western side of medicine, and it's like, why would I be dumb enough to do that? You know, like, you know, at some point, pharmaceuticals can serve me, you know, if it's really bad, you know, if it's an emergency, which I personally feel like that's the only time that I would be wanting to do that, you know, is in a time of an emergency, is to have, you know, oh, I need an IV, or I need whatever it is, I need an antibiotic, or whatever I need. I would be dumb to not accept that when that time came, simply because I'm like, oh, it's bad, or like whatever I'm thinking, or whatever my perspective is. So don't forget about that. Anything can be a remedy, you feel me? Like, just the quicker you get down, like, the duality of life and understanding that everything can serve you at any given time, like, things aren't labeled good and bad as a solid, like, factor, I guess, then the better off you're gonna be. The quicker you're gonna adjust, the quicker you're going to heal and just raise this collective consciousness, because that's what we desperately need, honestly. We really need it. And so if you guys want to hear my energy updates about what all is going on, make sure you subscribe to explicit content and stay connected with me. I mean, a lot of things are on the internet, and I feel like our whole lives are on the internet, and that leaves us really vulnerable to being manipulated even further. So make sure that you are connecting with me in other ways. Like I'm always here. And so I just want to make that known. So if you can connect with me on other ways besides the internet, which I have a lot of different options, then make sure you're doing that. And so I will see you guys on the other side.